Good morning, children. So, last class we have started our chapter acid, bases, and salt, and we have seen about properties of acids, bases, and neutral substances, isn't it? Are you remembering? So, let us recall first about the some properties of acid and bases. So, acids we know they are sour in taste and they are corrosive nature and they have the ability to corrode metals. Okay, so acids are not only that acids are soluble in water, bases are bitter in taste and bases are soapy to touch and bases may or may not be soluble in water. Yes, now neutral substances. Neutral substances are the substance which are neither acidic nor basic in nature. Yes, example for neutral substances are sugar, urea, glucose, distilled water, etc. Okay, so today in this class we are going to study about indicators. Okay, so we know that acids are corrosive nature and bases bitter in taste. It is not safe to taste things without knowing what they are. Yes, so we know that acids they are chemical substance, bases also even chemical substance, so it is not safe to taste things without knowing what they are. So then how do we know whether a substance is acidic or basic? For this purpose we use indicators. Okay, so indicators are used to test the substance whether it contains acidic or basic nature. Okay, so indicators are the substance that are used to test acidic or basic nature of substance. So if the substance contain acid means we cannot taste it, we cannot predict that by tasting it, isn't it? Because acids are corrosive nature. Yes, property of acid is corrosive, so that we are using some substance which are used to test whether the substance is acidic or basic in nature. Understood, children? Now how we will identify whether the substance is acidic or basic. They show when we are adding indicators to any substance, these indicators will show a change in color on coming in contact with certain substance. Okay, so when we are adding indicator to any substance, they will show the acidic or basic nature of particular substance by changing its color. So now we are going to see about types of indicators. So there are three types of indicators. They are natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators. Okay, so there are three types of indicators. What are they? Natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators. So let us see briefly about all these indicators. Natural indicators. First one is natural indicators. So natural indicators are prepared from natural substance such as parts of plant. Okay, so indicators which are prepared from flowers, root or stem or leaf part of the plant is called as natural indicators, which is prepared from natural substance. Okay, so here indicator which is prepared from flowers, example China rose. You know China rose. So other name of China rose is hibiscus. So we can use the flowers of hibiscus plant for preparing indicator. Then beetroot also can be used as an indicator. Then turmeric, which is the stem part of the plant, which can be used as indicator. Then leaves of plant which can be used as indicator is red cabbage. You know red cabbage is the leafy vegetable, so which is red in color, so which can be used as an natural indicator. Understood, children? So the natural indicators which can be prepared from the colored part of the plant. So how we will prepare? By boiling the colored part of plant in water for some time, and then you have to strain it. So when we are straining it, will obtain the solution which can be used as the natural indicator. Now next one is synthetic indicators. So synthetic indicators or man-made indicators which is prepared artificially by human being. Okay, so these are the indicators which is prepared in laboratories by using dyes. So what is meant by dyes? Dyes means it is a colored compound which is used for preparing indicators. Okay, and it also can be prepared by some other chemical compounds. Okay, so synthetic indicators or man-made indicator which is artificially prepared by human being in laboratories by using dyes or some other chemical compounds. So let's study about some of the indicators in detail. First we will study about natural indicators. Okay, some of the examples of natural indicators. First one is litmus, which is the most common indicator used in a laboratory. So it is extracted from lichens. So from where we will get litmus? From lichens. So lichens means it is the microbes which is an association of fungi and algae. Okay, here you can see the picture of lichens. So from which the litmus is extracted, which is the commonly used indicator in laboratories. And this litmus is available in the form of strips of paper. So the strips of paper which is prepared from the lichen is called as litmus paper, and it is also available in the form of litmus solution. Okay, so in this picture you can see strip of paper which is called litmus paper, and it can also obtained in the form of solution. This is called litmus solution, and this litmus paper is either red or blue in color. Okay, so there are two colors litmus paper. They are red and blue. Here in the picture you can see red color and blue color litmus paper. Now blue litmus paper. So how we can identify using blue litmus paper and red litmus paper the substance which contain acidic or basic nature. Okay, so blue litmus paper, it will turns red. Okay, blue litmus paper, it will turns red if the substance is an acidic medium. Okay, and it will show no color change in basic medium. So it will not change any color in basic medium. But if the substance contain acid, blue litmus paper turns to red. Understood, children? So blue litmus paper turns red in the substance contain acidic medium, and it shows no color change in basic medium. In red litmus paper, it will turns blue in a basic medium and shows no color change in acidic medium. So red litmus paper, it will turns to blue in color if the substance contain base, and it will not show any color change in an acidic medium. Now here is the picture which shows the litmus paper test. So as I have told, blue litmus paper turns red in acids. Okay, and red litmus paper, it will turns to blue color in bases. Okay, so if the substance contain acid, blue litmus paper change to red color, and red litmus paper turns to blue if the substance contain base. Understood, children? Now Another indicator, example for a natural indicator which we are commonly using in laboratory. So turmeric, we know it is used as an ingredient in different dishes. Yes? So when we are preparing food, we will add turmeric. So it is an ingredient in different dishes. So what is the color of turmeric? It is yellow color. Yes, yellow colored powder. It is also used as an indicator in the form of turmeric paper. Okay, so we can use a turmeric powder as an indicator in the form of turmeric paper. So how we can prepare turmeric paper? So turmeric paper can be made by mixing turmeric powder in a little amount of water. So we have to mix turmeric powder in a little amount of water and make a paste. After that, this paste should be applied on blotting or filter paper and allowed to dry. Okay, so how we have to prepare the turmeric paper? We have to mix turmeric powder with little amount of water, and that paste should be applied on blotting or filter paper and left to dry. Now, strip of this paper can be used to check the acidic or basic nature of a solution. In basic medium, so how we can identify using turmeric paper as an indicator. Okay, in basic medium, the turmeric paper turns reddish brown color. Okay, so if the substance contain base, the turmeric paper turns into reddish brown color, and in acidic medium, no change. Okay, it will not show any color change. If the substance contain acid, it remains yellow. Understood, children? So turmeric paper in basic medium, so the substance, if it contains basic, turmeric paper turns to reddish brown color. In the acidic medium or the substance, if it contains acid, it will not show any color change, it remains yellow. Now next natural indicator is China rose. So China rose, you know, hibiscus flower. So hibiscus flower, China rose indicator is prepared by boiling some petals of China rose flower in water. So we should take petals of China rose flower and boil it in water, and after boiling the contents have to be filtered, and we will get a light pink colored solution. This pink colored solution can be used as an indicator. Okay, so in acidic solution, if the substance contain acid, China rose changes to dark pink color. Okay, light pink get converted into dark pink color or magenta. Then in basic solution, or the substance contain base, means the China rose indicator turns to green color. Okay, then in neutral solution, China rose indicator shows no color. Okay, it will not change any color if the substance is neutral. Okay, so in acidic solution, China rose indicator changes to dark pink color or magenta. In basic solution, China rose indicator turns to green in color. Neutral solution, no color change. Now next one is synthetic indicator. So now we are going to see about some examples of synthetic indicator. First one is phenolphthalein. So phenolphthalein is a colorless solution. So here in this picture you can see phenolphthalein is a colorless solution which is prepared in the laboratory by dissolving phenolphthalein dye in alcohol. So phenolphthalein is a dye. So how we will prepare phenolphthalein indicator means by dissolving phenolphthalein dye in alcohol. Okay, and in acidic solution, phenolphthalein remains colorless. Okay, it will not change any color. Okay, color will not change if the solution is acidic, or the substance contain acid. Phenolphthalein remains colorless. Okay, so that is the natural color of phenolphthalein, no color change. Okay, if the substance contain acid. So if the substance contain base, then this colorless solution will change into pink color. You can see in the picture. Yes, so if the substance contain acid, colorless, and if the substance contain base, it will changes into pink color. Now methyl orange. So methyl orange is another example of synthetic indicator. Okay, it is another example for synthetic indicator. So in acidic solution, methyl orange turns to red color. So in this picture you can see the color of the methyl orange. Actually it is in red color. Okay, so acidic solution remains red. Okay, here you can see in the picture, and the acidic solution remains red. But in basic solution, if the substance contain base, then it turns to yellow color. Okay, so this is about synthetic indicator. Now we are going to see about pH scale. So to know the strength of an acid or base, strength means power of an acid or a base, scientist has given a scale ranging from 1 to 14. This scale is known as pH scale. Okay, so to know the strength of an acid, so now indicator are used to know whether the substance contain acid or base, isn't it? And this pH scale is used to know the strength of an acid or base. Okay, it has the value ranging from 1 to 14. This scale is known as pH scale. So pH paper can be used to check acidic or basic strength of a solution. pH paper also is there, which is used to check the acidic or basic strength of a solution. So how we can check using pH paper means, the pH paper have to be dipped in an acid or base, and the color obtained can be matched with the chart. So this is the chart, so which is having the value 0 to 14. So what they will how we will check the pH or the strength of an acid or base means, just we have to dip the pH paper in an acid or base, and it will show the color. That color we have to match with the chart given. So which color is matching with that particular pH paper, it will shows the value, so the value of that pH or the strength of an particular acid or base. Now universal indicator is used to check the acidic or basic strength of a solution. So universal indicator can also be used to check the acidic or basic nature of a solution. So what is meant by universal indicator? Universal indicator means it is a mixture of indicators which gives different colors for different pH values. Okay, so universal indicator, what is meant by universal indicator? It is a mixture of indicator which gives different colors for different pH values. We know pH value 0 to 14 is there. So universal indicator or the mixture of indicator which gives different colors for different pH values. So I hope that you all understand about indicators. So if you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.